climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, you know? The answer's not up there, I'll tell you that. It's not up there. All right, we're going to keep the show moving along. This next guy, I think he's an adrenaline junkie. He's a risky guy. He's from Jersey City, produces comedy shows out there. Give it up for Matt Rivera.
Really took the fucking long way around. Jesus. How's it going? You guys having a good time? Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I'm type 1 diabetic. You guys probably wouldn't think so because I'm not overweight, but there's a different kind of diabetes. So I'm type 1 diabetic. I have this glucose monitor that I wear on my body. I'll flash it to you guys real quick. See? It sends my blood sugar number directly to my phone. It's been super convenient. I'm really happy with how far medical technology has come. It's a little confusing though, and sometimes it throws me off, because the app for the Dexcom is green, and there's another app that's green called Robinhood, right? So you can imagine my confusion. One day I'll wake up in the morning, feeling groggy, I'll look at my phone and I'll be like, yes, I made money! But it's just my blood sugar. And then it's even worse because it's like, not only did I fail to make money, I also lost nerve endings. No, that's real. It's weird. I almost lost my vision a couple years ago because of diabetes in my left eye. This is true. I learned something though. I learned that I'm a quitter. Because you think the first thing that you do when you get a diagnosis like that, you go see a doctor or a specialist, you start making changes to your life. But the first thing that I did was I went on Amazon and I started looking at eye patches. I had come to terms with the fact that I would much rather be the eye patch guy than make any significant changes to my diet. It's weird though, I carry a lot of needles on me, a lot of syringes as a diabetic, and it gets weird because there's another group of people that also carries a lot of syringes on them. So sometimes there'll be little mix-ups. Like this one time a couple years ago, I was at work and I went to take my insulin in the bathroom, but then I dropped my syringe in the bathroom. So my manager goes to the bathroom, finds my syringe, calls me off. He's like, what the fuck is this, Matt? You can't be doing this shit here. Threatens to call the police. Really scary situation. So I'm stressed out, freaking out, and then on top of that, I had to flush my heroin. The cops were on their way. I had to do something, Another weird thing, I go to music festivals. I used to before COVID, and needles, right? So trying to get needles into a festival, not as easy as you would think. But there was a lack of consistency, and that's what bothered me the most. The first day I go to this festival, they let me in my syringe and my insulin. I'm like, awesome, I get to live today, right? Second day comes along. They're like, oh, you can't bring those syringes in here. We don't know if you're going to distribute them or anything. And that really pissed me off, Because it's like, you're telling me on day one I could have been fucking selling my syringes to junkies? No, it's super unsettling. Jesus Christ. I live in New Jersey. When we hear noises like that, I don't assume that they're fireworks. I'm going to get a little dark with you guys. I hope you're okay with that. I'm going to branch off the diabetes stuff for a little bit. So I don't know if you guys saw the news. About a month ago, there was a school shooting. How do you guys feel about school shootings? Fair? There was a school shooting a couple months ago. I saw this on the news one day while I was eating breakfast. And what struck me the most about this, and I gotta say, this is probably my favorite school shooting. It's controversial, I know, but just hear me out. So the shooter was identified to be a 6th grade female. It's a true story. You can look it up. It's in Ohio. And it's like, if it was going to happen somewhere, why not Ohio, right? But yeah, so the shooter was identified to be a 6th grade female. And that was so interesting to me. I'm like, wow. Like, how much fucking bullying did this girl have to take before she did that, But then I was also kind of inspired, Because I have a lot of sisters, so I'm all about female empowerment, And it made me kind of happy to know that, this young woman took a first step and kind of shattered the glass ceiling. Because you see in the news, all you see is male shooters, right? Usually some white guy. But this is the first girl. She was attempting to pioneer the path for shooters everywhere. I like the diversity, all right? You guys clearly like your shooters to be white. You guys like blaming one type of fucking person, and that's totally fine. But look, let me tell you this. Maybe this will take the weight off a little bit. Nobody died. She shot 3 people, 2 students, and 1 faculty member. Nobody died. So we can talk about this. It's fine, right? Nobody died. It's not even a tragedy. The most tragic thing about this is that this young woman woke up that morning, decided she was going to do something, and she didn't achieve it. That was the thing. Another thing, like I mentioned, a faculty member got shot, right? And I looked at this article recently that said, when like teacher disarms student, immediately gives her a hug, holds her. I'm like, oh, that's sweet, that's sentimental, right? But a faculty member got shot. So imagine this, like I imagine it was just like the janitor got shot, he's bleeding out on the floor, he's like, somebody grab that bitch. It's like, are you fucking hugging her? She just fucking shot me. I'm bleeding. And the worst part is, I feel like janitors in schools are especially underpaid. So I feel like that guy had to come back the next day and clean up his own blood. You guys took that a lot better than I thought you would. I appreciate that. Well, I'm Matt Rivera. Thank you so much. Give it up for your host.
All right, we fumbled the fist bump, but that's okay. All right, give it up for Matt. We got 2 more comics for you, some of the best in the city. This next comedian, she performs all over New York. She's great. Give it up for Mal.